Welcome to a black bear's back trail. This is a carved wildlife frame for a hand-painted canvas that features a unique black bear scene. I used butternut for this one, which I always enjoy. It has the appearance of a harder oak wood, but carves as soft as basswood or pine. It's a perfect balance, but unfortunately it's difficult to find these days. I unfortunately did not have much footage of the rough out stage to this one. I thought I recorded some, but I can't seem to find the footage. This video starts off with the shaping and detailing stage. I initially started the carving using traditional gouges to outline and get to my depth, and I planned to keep the carving quite shallow. I quickly pivoted though, as the carver in me wanted more depth, so I outlined the design with a router down to over an inch. This gave me a ton of room to shape the branches and pine elements properly. I don't know about you all, but it seems that life is getting more complicated and speeds faster with every passing day. No matter how much you try to simplify and cut out unnecessary clutter, it still passes by at speeds beyond your control. It's critical to find that thing in your life, whatever it is, that resets your mind and brings you peace. Besides wood carving, for me that's spending time outdoors in God's purest creation. I've made some great memories with my cousin Jordan, sharing unique moments in the woods and experiencing wildlife together. This carving is for one of his original paintings. Make sure you check out his work under Jordy Daniels. A link will be posted in the description. The carving primarily consists of pine cones and needles, so it's relatively repetitive. I used a small number 5 sweep 4mm to complete the detailing of the cones, and I used a rotary tool with a flame-shaped diamond burr to detail the needles. Before that though, I shaped the needles by creating cluster groups and layered them within the whole body. This breaks it up a bit and creates some depth. It's less daunting as well because you can focus on one cluster at a time. I carved the needle groups front to back to properly orient them. Throughout my experience, I found it difficult to carve the needles traditionally due to how small and delicate they are. A rotary tool works great to create clean and crisp lines without the fear of breaking them. I created the bark texture by rocking my number 7 sweep, 14mm gouge back and forth, applying only minimal pressure at a slight angle. I do this technique both perpendicular and parallel to the branch. I finish it off by doing some aggressive sanding to soften the texture a bit. With a very small V-gouge, I carved the letters and used a mini vibrating sander to clean it up. After I carved the edging around the nameplate, I moved to the bottom section of the frame. I tried some new techniques with this one that I believe turned out really nice. I used a palm router with a 60-degree bit and power carved the bare tracks. I again used a small V-gouge to carve the letters in the bottom right corner. This last step was new territory for me. I wanted the letters and bare tracks to be bold and stand out, and leaving it just carved wasn't going to cut it. I decided to paint the letters and tracks black to really make them pop from the rest of the frame. I used a tiny brush and carefully painted, trying my best to stay within the carving. It was impossible to prevent unwanted painting completely though, but it was fairly simple to correct. I again used my mini vibrating sander to clean up the letters and tracks, removing unwanted paint and creating clean and crisp edges.